welcome back. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. It is a beautiful day here in Texas, and I wanted to film this video. I have seen it floating around YouTube, and I've seen it done different ways, and it is called YouTube Made Me Buy It. First and foremost, YouTube didn't make me buy anything. I have free will, sister. I have free will. However, I can be enabled really easily. So some people do it on specific YouTubers, and let me just say there are so many specific YouTubers that make me buy everything. Like if I ever have to go bankrupt, I will put their name as the reason. But this is just stuff that was hyped up on YouTube, and I had to go purchase it and see for myself if it was worth the hype. And honestly, some of them are 100% worth the hype, and some of them I'm like, no. YouTube, why did you make me buy that? So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm not going to go in any specific order. I'm just going to grab out of this. This is basically all, yeah, it's all face products. I can do one of these videos on like on eyeshadows and lipstick or something like that. If you like this kind of video, let me know and I'll do another one. I just looked through my face product drawers, so like blushes, bronzers, powders, all of that stuff. So let's jump in and let's start out with this. I mean, come on. Everyone has heard about the Nivea Post Shave Balm Sensitive, and so YouTube, I was definitely inspired by YouTube to pick this up. I got the sensitive one because I do have sensitive skin, and my skin is prone to breakouts if I use something that just doesn't work for me. So I got the sensitive one, and I love the smell of it. I love the smell of men's like product, like deodorant, shaving cream, shave balm, all of that. I love that kind of smell, but I hated that this comes in like this pour thing, so you always pour more. There's no pump. Like, I hate this packaging. It's super heavy, it's super like gaudy, and I don't want to have this like sitting on my pretty vanity, you know what I mean? Did it help my makeup? Yes, girl. Did it kind of diminish my pores? Yes, girl. Did it break me out? Yes, girl. Even the sensitive. So if you're not super sensitive, I would say give it a try, because it is definitely an amazing value. If you have sensitive skin, I don't think this is going to work for you. And I know it's so weird because this is made for your face. It's made for like right after you shave. It doesn't make sense, but it broke me out. And then I waited like a couple weeks before trying it again, and right after I tried it again, I broke out again. So it didn't work for me, but the product works. Like, it will prolong your makeup and it will kind of blur your imperfections, but it's not worth it if you're gonna break out the next day. Now, the next product everyone has heard about too. It's the MAC Pro Longwear. It is a concealer by MAC. Mine's in the color NC15. I get it a couple shades lighter than my foundation would be because I use it to brighten. It comes with a pump. I actually love this packaging. This is my second bottle of MAC Pro Longwear, and I'm so glad that I listened to the hype on YouTube, because this is definitely one of my favorite concealers. Like, I feel like I will always have this in my collection, and it's very simple to find your right shade at MAC because they have like a million different shades. So definitely recommend that. Definitely worth the YouTube hype. Another thing that was worth the YouTube hype for me is this RCMA powder. Now, I actually have friends that have tried this that didn't love it. I love this so much. This is the best under eye setting powder, especially if you have dry under eyes. I mean, and you get so much product. It's only $10. Now, I would compare this to the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. It's very similar, but I like this one even better. Another thing that's hyped up on YouTube that's kind of similar to this product is the translucent powder by Laura Mercier, and I hate this under my eyes. It looks so cakey, and it makes my under eyes look even darker than they are, you know, without the powder. So it's like defeats the purpose of brightening, because even though it says translucent, this has a little bit of color in it. This No Color powder by RCMA has no color whatsoever. Now, I do like the Laura Mercier translucent for setting my face, but it does not work under the eyes. However, if you're looking for a good setting spray, this value you cannot beat. The packaging drives me absolutely insane. It's a mess to work with, but here's what I do. I shake it like this, and then I open it, and this product will be enough to take your beauty blender or your sponge or whatever and set under your eyes. So that's a little bit of a tip. This, speaking of, is another thing that was so hyped up on YouTube. And I feel like it was hyped up and also talked bad about. So I'm here to tell you that I think it's worth it. Do you have to run out and buy the micro mini beauty blender? No, but I do use it, and I'm glad that I got it. And had it not been for YouTube, I would not have even known about this product. So I definitely am glad I got it. The only bad thing is the pack comes in 2 packs, and I'm pretty sure my dog ate the other one. So if you've been around YouTube, you have certainly, I'm like 99.9% positive that you have heard of the NYX blush in Taupe to use as contouring. It's like a very cool toned, almost gray blush, and it's supposed to be like the perfect contour shade. There it is in the swatch. It looks so beautiful. It looks like it's going to be the perfect contour shade. On me, it makes me look like I was in a fist fight. Like it, I don't have it on today, but it just looks super muddy, and I look bruised whenever I try to use this. Even if I dip my brush in there super lightly and even if I dab it off first and then apply it, it just doesn't work for me. So this was a product that actually I didn't think was worth the hype. I know so many people love it though. I think it just depends on your skin tone, you know, and like your undertones. Okay, next thing, let's see. This is random, but the MAC 217. Everybody has heard about the MAC 217, especially if you watch YouTube. And I'm going to say this is worth it. I have so many brushes that are so similar to the 217 brush, but honestly, the real deal is my favorite. I think this is another product though that is going to kind of depend on like your eye shape if it will work for you, but I think that this is the best blending brush on the market. Now, like I said, I have tons of dupes that I love as well, but if I had to choose and I had the option to choose, I would get the original 217 over any of the other ones. Okay, so what else can we talk? Let's talk about Colorpop. Because obviously, I mean, honestly, I go into a store or I talk to my friends about makeup and they have never even heard about Colorpop, and I'm like, how? But I guess it's a really popular brand on YouTube, but not a lot of people know about it in real life because there's not an actual store. Now, of course, I would have tried the eyeshadows if I'd seen them on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. But one thing I don't think I would have ever tried if I wasn't kind of swayed by YouTube would be their cheek products. I have found one of my favorite highlighters though because I tried it, and it is Smoke and Whistles, which is just the most beautiful highlighter. Is that, yeah, I have that on today. It is so stunning, you guys. You need it, you need it, you need it. But I was kind of afraid of the consistency of the highlighters and blushes also. But I was swayed to get a couple of blushes, and Prenup is like a must-have. If you want to try the Colorpop blushes, try them with Prenup. This mini beauty blender actually works really well as far as I have an e.l.f. small stippling brush. I had trouble saying that. Both of those work really well for these products. I mean, you can see how much I've used it though. Like, I'm gonna run out eventually. Obviously, eventually I will, but pretty soon. There it is. It's such a beautiful product. And this wasn't one where as soon as they came out, as soon as they released, I did not get online and buy a bunch of them because I was just afraid of the texture and consistency. But because of some specific people on YouTube and me seeing them in action on YouTube, I went out and bought, and I'm really glad I did. The next thing is super pricey, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to tell you it's worth it. The Guerlain Meteorites are amazing. This is the most beautiful look, I don't have very much left. This is the most beautiful finishing powder that you will ever have on your face. Like, I love these so much. I love the smell. I love the package because I can just sit it on my vanity and it looks pretty. This is the color 02 Claire, and it says light revealing pearls of powder. These are just amazing. I want every single collection that comes out because sometimes they have collections that come out limited edition and they're like all pink, all different shades of pink, so you can use them as a blush or a blush topper. These are the only ones I have though, and I definitely think they're worth the hype. And then something else on YouTube that I heard Nicole Guerrero talk about so many times, I was finally like, all right girl, I'm gonna try it. It's the Koh Gen Do Aqua Foundation. I'm in the color 213, which I believe is the darkest shade, which is really silly. Like, I don't understand that because it matches me beautifully. It's kind of like a neutral olivey undertone though. They have a few different shades, but if you are any darker than say a medium, I don't think this would work for you. I don't think they have a good shade range, but I love this foundation. It's one of my favorite. I'm gonna say it's the top 3 foundation. And it comes with a pump. It's a beautiful luminous finish. I do believe I've done like a full demo and review, so I will link that up here if you want to watch and hear all my thoughts, but I was swayed by YouTube to buy it, and I'm definitely grateful for that. And the last 2 products are actually super similar. They're both blushes and they're both kind of the same shade. But if you've ever watched a video on YouTube about MAC blushes, I know you've heard of Warm Soul. This I was totally talked into to buy from YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, not even just one single person. I feel like everybody loves Warm Soul, and I totally understand why. It's the perfect everyday, it goes with anything blush shade. The only thing I would say that you might not be a fan of, it does have a tiny bit of dimension and sheen to it, so it is not completely matte. So if you're someone who wants just a strictly matte blush, you probably won't like Warm Soul. But for everyone else, no matter what your skin tone, type, texture, age, anything like that, Warm Soul is a beautiful blush. So I definitely recommend that. And then this next one, I seriously have swatched this in the store. I have looked up swatches online. I have seen videos of it, and I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't trust some specific people's opinions on YouTube, because in the pan, in the swatch, in the video, it's gonna look like nothing. It's Nars Madly. But on the cheeks, it's just the perfect blush. It's actually very similar, but it's not as orange as Warm Soul. But there it is right there. I'm telling you guys, it doesn't look like anything spectacular, but it is such an amazing everyday goes with anything blush. And I'm so glad that I bought it despite what I thought it looked like in swatches, because on the cheeks, it is beautiful. So that is it. That wraps up my products that YouTube made me buy. This was such a fun video. Let me know in the comments below what YouTube has made you buy, because that will make me feel better. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.